Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Monday market webcast. All right, April has arrived. Hope everybody had a good Easter. The title of my last webcast last week before I took a few days off over the holiday was, will this dip be any different? The title of today's webcast is, yeah, that dip wasn't any different. And we've talked now for a long time about how unless the bears can deal with the green line, the 20-day simple moving average, and the blue line, the 9-day, both of them, and in the shorter term on the hourly chart, which I'll show you in a second, the weekly pivot combined with the 9-day, until those areas are converted to resistance, that all the dips will be like all of the dips before, which means they'll start to fall on their face, they won't execute, and we'll go up and make, wait for it, another all-time high. So, the high in the moment is 53.33 half. Before that, it was 22, and that 22 didn't have a chance. I mean, as soon as that 9-day held, you put a little bit together, and they had a chance to bleed it up into a long weekend. Well, it's just too much to resist. So they opened up this. They opened up last night, gapped up a little bit, made that high. They've basically been working it off since then to the tune of about 10, 12 handles. But I'll be curious to see how we close today relative to a couple of things. Hourly chart, and you've got the new weekly pivot there at 52.9608, 9 days below it. What will be interesting to me is whether or not price wants to deal with this week. They came in and tested it Tuesday, confirmed it off the open Wednesday, made a higher low. So you have the low and the higher low, which we talked about in the chat room at the time. The low and then the subsequent day higher low has been pretty damning for the bears throughout the course of the entirety of 2024, basically going all the way back to October. They come in and they pop it in the last hour. And then, that Thursday really was just, a lot of back and forth, not a lot of grand excitement. And the first part of the week was pretty choppy in RTH. So I'll be curious to see what we do today. We certainly didn't have much interest in doing anything in the Globex. You've seen a little push down to deal with the hourly mid, which is at 22.5. You've got volume weighted average price, 5-minute mid, and the proprietary moving average all basically at 27. So it's 7:30 in the morning Eastern time as I'm taping this. So we got a couple hours before we open. We have been consistently opening within a couple of handles of VWAP and the moving average and the hourly mid band. So for that open to be somewhere between 22 and 27, I'm not going out on any kind of a limb there, that's for sure. How price deals with that that band, whether it can break out or break down from it, or whether it just wants to sit there, which is what it did last week. It did it on Monday and it did it on Tuesday. If it wants to sit there, then be patient. Don't trade a ton. Wait for it to make a decision. Be opportunistic and be vigilant because it could happen at any time. On the breakout above, if it converts 27 to the upside, I think you need to be there because you're going to lose 33. You'll head up into things like 37, 43, 47, and 50. If the band to the downside breaks, then it becomes very interesting. You've obviously got a gap here that needs to get filled. The close from Thursday was 53.04 quarter. High of that move 08 quarter. If it broke consistently to the downside, that 04 to 08 area would be the start of things. And if they do want to make a concerted effort to get back down to the weekly pivot, then that becomes a nice little trade. My problem with that is once you get down there, bears, you better do more with it than you did the last time, because then we'll be saying, yeah, that dip wasn't any different. All right. Everybody have a fantastic day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.